You're listening to episode 36 of the Let's Go Comic Show. My name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. Back into the swing of things after the holiday weekend.
It feels so weird. It feels like Thanksgiving was a long time ago, but it was only like less than a week ago.
Yeah.
Like Justice League, I'm like, we just saw Justice League 2 weeks ago, but it was the following Wednesdays when we got to record the show, which was last week. So it feels like it was a longer time ago, but it really wasn't. You know, time flies, or does it fly, or is it slow? We're in the winter months.
It's a fan of justice.
Aren't things? It's a fan of or isn't like time supposed to move slower during winter?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I heard about it.
I don't know. Maybe
Molasses,
Captain Cold,
Mr. Freeze, the icicle.
Yeah, I mean Thanksgiving, and then like everyone's doing, hitting up Black Friday deals and stuff like that. Did you get anything? There was a electronic comics sale, right?
Yeah, I did. I bought Dark Knight 3 Master Race.
All right.
For $4. So the whole thing. So I've been reading it on the iPad, and it is. Let me just tell you, we weren't even planning about talking about this.
No, that's fine, man. Go for it,
dude. The art is trash. I'm sorry. Well, it's Frank Miller.
Frank Miller do the art
Frank
too?
Miller's doing the art on these like little like, and I don't even know how much these issues were.
Yeah.
Like there's these little one-off like Dark Knight 3, whatever, Wonder Woman or whatever, and it's awful. I'm like, this is bad. I don't know if it's just because he's old or if it's just like he's decided I'm just going to do like a really crap style. And so I don't think it's good. And then even the Andy Kubert stuff is not good.
That's a bummer.
But I don't know if it's because he's working with, like, he's trying to emulate Miller. I don't know, man. The art's just not doing it for me. I just wish that it would die like the Dark Knight, like.
Just as far as
Dark
like
Knight Returns
as
is
like
great.
A series or whatever.
Yeah, and then they talk about doing another one. So I don't know, man. The story's okay. It's not like amazing.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking if there's a Batman books out there, like White Knight, 2 issues in is already way more compelling than Dark Knight 3. Just saying. And so like Tom King's Batman, way better. So is this an amazing book? I haven't finished it, but right now I'm just saying it's a go.
But you got the whole.
But I got the whole thing for like $5. Yeah,
okay.
Like $4.99. And I wish I would have got more. There was so much more, but it was like, I've been wanting to read this, and I didn't. And I'm not spoiled by it. I have no idea what happened in it. So I jumped in there and got it, and it's okay. I'm plugging through it though. I'm more excited to read it because I got a new iPad. I got an iPad Pro.
Oh, what?
And so it's a nice big screen. I'm like, this is awesome. So it feels like I'm reading.
Oh, dang, dude, that's awesome.
And maybe that's why I don't like the art as much, because I'm doing panel by panel. And when you zoom in on those smaller panels, it looks like crap. Because, the guy, they draw like it's a smaller panel. I'm just going to draw like a couple lines. And you're like
a 3-inch square on like a 11.5-inch like screen.
So that could be part of the problem. But yeah, it's just, there's just some weird character designs too. Like Superman has a daughter, Lara, and I think her costume sucks. I'm like, well, this costume's terrible. There is one interesting thing with Green Lantern. Yeah. Like his arm gets cut off and his hand's like flying around with a ring. It's kind of cool. But other than that, like that's the only thing that's like to me.
So weird, man.
That's the only thing to me. I was like, that's awesome. Everything else is like, all right.
Do you really? Are you still into Frank Miller stories? Does he still need to keep writing stuff?
I don't know. I think the last time I read something
too deep of a topic to get into.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, it's weird because his Daredevil stuff is really good. Dark Knight Returns, really good. My favorite Batman story, Batman Year One. Amazing. I love it. And then some of his Sin City stuff is really good. And then he got really weird with like Holy Terror and all that. I didn't read it, but I just heard that it was just bad. So I think he's just kind of crazy, maybe. I don't know. But
that's cool.
Who knows? But Brian Azzarello helped him out with it, so
Is that all you got for the?
Yeah, I looked. There was some stuff. I'm like, it was a lot of stuff from the 90s. I'm like, I think I have most of that.
Right on.
I wanted We Are Robin. I was like, if they had a collection of We Are Robin, I wanted to get that, and they didn't have it. At least I couldn't find it on the app.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that was really long-winded.
No, that's fine, dude.
Did you get anything, buddy?
I did. I finally got an Xbox One.
Hey.
Hit up that deal.
Yeah.
Got rid of all the Wii and PlayStation 3 stuff have been. It's a really interesting thing because I've only ever owned Nintendo or PlayStation consoles. Wow. So it's an adjustment, but it's like super nice. I feel fancy.
You know what we should do? We should have a Let's Go League on like Xbox Live.
Oh, dude, that'd be fun.
Like a little, what do they call them? Like a guild or something like that.
Dude, I just told you I'm brand new to all this stuff. So, like, sure.
my attentiveness is just off. So, man, you've never had one. Hey, do you know if they have guilds?
I don't know anything about anything, man.
Oh, well, that's funny.
All I do know is, like, I didn't use my PlayStation 3 for gaming.
Yeah.
Like, probably the last, like, 6 years, maybe 5 years. It's just been my kids use it for, like, movies and all that other stuff.
Streaming.
And you better believe I've changed my tune now that I have the Xbox One. I'm like, you don't touch these controllers. You're going to ask me when you can do it. I'm like, dude, I'm not having anyone like leave a controller out and step on it or something like that.
Oh, gosh. Every time, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Like you have to, it's almost like a checkout system. Like if my kids could sign their names better, like they would be signing stuff out.
Yeah, we every time they drop one, it's inevitable. Like, what? And there's like on the rocker pad, I'm like, when I hit the left button, I'm like, there's always this weird feeling. I'm like, oh man,
something's broken.
Is this messed up? You know? And then like sometimes my wife will play like Injustice, and she'll be like, these buttons are sticking. I'm like, dang it. But I think it's just her not knowing the buttons well. Anyways,
well, either way, I mean,
either way,
hey,
that's
Black
good.
Friday, Cyber Monday, all that
system.
kind of stuff.
Did you get anything on Cyber Monday?
No.
I had a cart filled with like stocking stuffer stuff for the boys. And I totally forgot to buy it. I got distracted.
Oh, no. Okay, so one thing I did see, and actually checked today, I might actually go back to do that, but Amazon had a Wonder Woman Blu-ray for $10.
Oh, there you go.
Which I was like, I think that's more than reasonable.
Do you own it already?
We don't yet. Which is surprising because my wife loved that.
Yeah, I just got it.
I sent her out like this last weekend. Like I was like, I'll stay with the kids. Like you go out. Go see a movie.
Oh, okay.
Hang out. And she went and saw Justice League, like her choice on her own, went to go see Justice League and loved it.
Nice. Did she stay for the end credit scenes?
I have the coolest wife. She stayed for the first one. And I think she just kind of got tired of all the credits and was like, was there anything after that? I'm like, yes.
She's like,
yes, there was something after that.
She was like, it was weird.
Part.
Like most movies, when we wait for the end, there's a lot of visual effects artists, but on this one, there wasn't many.
Oh, no.
It just seemed like there wasn't a lot of visual effects artists on this one. Just kidding. Okay, so...
This is a Let's Go Comic Show.
This is a Let's Go Comic Show where we're going to talk about comics and movies about comics and TV shows about comics and comics about comics. But before we get into all that, Matt Ritchie...
meta.
Huh?
Meta.
Super meta.
There.
Comics.
We have to read Multiversity.
About comics. I know.
The Grant Morrison thing.
Yes.
That's a comic about comics.
That's a comics about comics. But before we do that, we're going to explain our rating system to you, and it's based on a Don't Go, which is like the worst. But actually, it's not the worst. The worst of the worst is Trash Boost, but we don't really talk about that. Trash Boost, Trash Juice. Then it's a Don't Go, and then it's a Go, which is like, okay, check that out.
Yeah.
Let's Go is like, you should totally go and see that or watch that or read that. And then there's Gotta Go. It's like, stop what you're doing. Make that happen right now.
Yeah.
It's the best of the best. You'll die like the rest, right? So based on Matt Ritchie's Black Friday adventures, we're going to rate this based on video game consoles.
Ooh.
This is going to be a little more personal taste because it could be sentimental. It could be like, oh, the most fun.
Yeah.
And so, are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right. So we're going to start at the top.
Why don't you go first?
My Gotta Go, I think was the Nintendo 64.
Ooh.
I loved that system. It was like the last cartridge system for Nintendo. And just, I loved the controllers on it. I loved playing Mario Kart. I loved playing WWF No Mercy. I loved that system.
Was GoldenEye on that or Super Nintendo?
No. That was GoldenEye was on 64. It was.
Yeah,
I believe it was on. Wait. Yes, it was.
It's just such a weird controller.
It was weird.
It was the only Nintendo system I didn't own growing up. Like
really?
I skipped past that one. Yeah.
Man. Okay.
But I played my friends like ones all the time. I'd also put that there just for the sake of games like GoldenEye and Super Mario World.
Was it Super Mario World?
Yeah, Super Mario 64, whatever it was called. Like, just the how iconic and fun like all the games were that were released for that system. I felt like that's where a lot of the stuff that we see that's still continuing today, like that's where a lot of that stuff started.
I remember Tony Hawk. I would play Tony Hawk on it. I think that was the first one I played.
I
was
played
on
that
that one.
The original PlayStation.
Oh, there was that game Perfect Dark. It was like this chick spy.
Oh, dude,
remember that?
Yeah.
It had like a cool music soundtrack. I don't remember anything else, but I loved my 64.
It was a good one. All right,
WWF No Mercy. That was the best game. That was the best game ever. All right.
All right, so let's go.
Yeah, so what's your
Gotta go? I agree.
Oh, you agree?
I think that's just like that system holds a special place, man.
Yeah, like it was
I think
great.
There's nicer systems, but
Yeah.
as far
definitely.
as just like the enjoyability of it and stuff, like I feel like if I got my hands on one of those, like I could plug that in and put my kids in front of it, and they would love it.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
So let's go.
Let's Go is PlayStation 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was. I never had a PlayStation. I was very Nintendo loyal. So PlayStation 2 was my first non-Nintendo system. And I remember I was working loss prevention like when I was in college, and I went and bought one. I went to Sears and used that Sears credit card with the high interest rate, and I'm like, I'm buying a PlayStation 2 in Grand Theft Auto, like Vice City or wherever the heck it was. I don't know which one it was. It was one of those deals. Bought that game, went back to the office, hooked it up to the TV, and me and the guy I worked with just played video games every day. We did not bust shoplifters. We were freaking
Just played games.
Just playing games, man.
Right
It was awesome.
So let's go for me. I think is like, I mean, we've only been together for a few days, but I think this new Xbox One S.
Really?
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. I like mine. I don't know where it sits yet on. Usually it has to be over. The relationship has to be over for me to rate it. Like, oh, it was good. It was all right.
Well, how about a go?
So
Next one.
So for a go, I'm just gonna say the original Xbox. I actually got that. I traded my PlayStation 2 for an Xbox.
All right.
So I had it for a while, but I wanted to play Halo because all my friends started playing Halo, and I wanted to play Halo. And so I traded my PlayStation 2 for an Xbox, and it didn't do anything for me other than I played Halo with some friends online. Like, other than that, it was just Xbox, big, bulky thing, and it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just a go. It was Xbox, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't have any other type of reach or grab for me, so.
Reach and grab.
Reach and grab.
For me, go. I don't know. I'm gonna go with a Wii.
Really? Okay.
It's like a go. It's like it's fine.
I'm not
fun.
a Wii fan, man.
Yeah.
Like I never like got into it.
Would that hit a don't go for you?
Yeah. No, it's not even there. No, my don't go was freaking the Nintendo GameCube.
Oh,
That system,
got
dude.
such a bad rap, man.
I did not like it. It was weird. I didn't like that system. They did have that weird Batman game. It was like based on the animated series where I think he fought. It was like there was one. I don't remember what it was called. I really don't. And then there was another one where you fought this weird like Japanese supervillain that Jim Lee made up, but based on the Batman animated series style. And I remember I only bought it because it came with the Batgirl action figure.
Oh, you know what? Actually, okay. So
Rise of Sun Tzu. That's who it was.
So I just thought of my don't go, but
Yeah.
I think retroactively it would make me change my go
Okay.
to the Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
I thought it was fun. It was cool at the time.
Okay.
And playing like Altered Beast, and that's when Sonic the Hedgehog
You know
first
what?
came about and stuff. Like, it was a good one.
Those commercials are really cool. It was like Sega Genesis, and it was Altered Beast. But remember the System TurboGrafx 16?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Those had like the craziest. You'd be watching whatever cartoons on like during the day. It'd be like TurboGrafx 16, and they had like Bonks Adventures. And the guy kept bonking people in the head.
Oh, bonk. Yeah, I do remember that.
But
Okay,
then-
so
yeah.
don't
Anyway,
go.
Don't go was for you.
Sega Dreamcast.
Oh yeah,
That thing was weird. Like, it was
Yeah.
just so unnecessary. The games were all like, none of them felt like, it was all like ported games from like overseas. Like, nothing felt like it was actually made for that.
Yeah.
It was just real weird.
My cousins had one, and then yeah, dude, we probably can do a whole show on just old consoles. And I remember Sega.
Good stuff, dude.
I remember Sega CD that would plug into the Genesis, and
Yes.
then there was another piece that would plug into the Genesis. I forget what it was, but it was all these crazy Oh man, video games.
So that's rating system.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, there's our
right.
rating system. So if something sucks today, it's a Dreamcast. Like,
It's a Dreamcast.
That's the Dreamcast of comics. Dark Knight 3 is the Dreamcast of the Dark Knight comic books. It really is. So there you go. Okay.
All right, you want to talk about some news?
Yeah, let's just jump into some news. This is what everyone wants to talk about anyways. So today, Marvel, in all of their infinite wisdom, get it? Hey!
Infinite. I get
Dropped the Avengers Infinity War trailer, and oh my gosh, Matt Ritchie.
What a time to be alive, man.
Dude, right? What a time. In this month, I've been watching Punisher. I've been like getting ready for Star Wars. I've been watching Justice League movies. I've been watching Runaways. I've been reading Dark Knight 3 for $4.
What a time.
It is a great time, man. And
it's just the idea that I can watch a trailer for a movie and to see so many characters brought to life and interacting together. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like when I was like watching the first Blade movie and you'd be like, hey man,
oh my gosh,
in 2017,
I hope Blade's
there's
in this
going to be
movie.
all of these things. But to think like, I think we just didn't have that scope. We were like, cool, one X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll take it.
You're all, that's cool. Wolverine's tall.
Right. Wolverine's too tall. But to see that now, I think that's just the biggest takeaway for me. I'm like, man, that's just so cool to see that many people coming together for something that's the beginning of, at least, the culmination of a decade.
Yeah, dude. 10 years.
Of movies. Like,
that's
it's just bananas, dude. And I felt like they set the trailer up really well in that way. Like having just them talk about the idea of what the Avengers are and to have like each character kind of say a different line.
Yeah.
It was just super smart, like the way they did that.
Yeah.
This one trailer is better than all of the marketing for Justice League, unfortunately, which makes me sad.
You think so? I think some of the posters,
as far as like getting people into it and just communicating, here's what it is, everyone get excited about it. I don't know. It just seems like
really,
a lot.
I mean, they haven't. Yeah, this is the first thing we've seen.
And I feel like I'm good.
I mean,
like
Warner Brothers tends to put stuff out a year ahead of time to build momentum.
Yeah.
This is 6, maybe 7 months before it comes out. And they haven't had any teaser posters from what I've seen. I think it all got released today, like the big A, which is kind of like thematically what they've been doing with the Avengers movie. An A.
Just in a different like style.
Different style, yeah.
Color, I guess.
And I think the last one had like Ultron-y, robot-y stuff on it. But this one has that purpley, infinity, Thanos color, you know.
Yeah. How'd you feel about this trailer?
I really liked it. I've watched it multiple times. There wasn't anything where I was like, what's that about? I mean, everyone's complaint is probably the same. Like, why does Thanos not have his helmet? And
Purple Bruce Willis, man.
Yeah, Purple Bruce Willis. There you go. I'm a big fan of Bruce Willis, so I don't care too much. Everything else.
I would see Thanos in Die Hard.
Oh my gosh, Thanos is Die Hard. He's all yippee-ki-yay. As long as Carl Winslow's in that movie, dude, that's all that matters.
That's the important part.
Yeah, it just has more curiosities. I'm like, oh, Black Widow went blonde. Is she, she on the run? I like seeing the Winter Soldier, Captain America, like the shield suit. Yeah, I mean, we can break it down a little bit. There's interesting things like Tony Stark hanging out with freaking Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so we saw Doctor Strange, Wu, Tony Stark, and Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
And it looked like if you're piecing things together from the trailer, it has a shot of Doctor Strange looking down on Bruce Banner. It looks like he just fell through the roof and stuff like that. And it would make sense if that was the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a beacon or a magnet for stuff. Because, yeah, you're right. Yeah. We got Scarlet Witch and Vision. And Vision's like, oh, I got hair. Looks like, what's his face from
he just
Community.
looks like Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany, but he kind of has he looks like, looks like, what's his name? From Community, I can't think of his name right now. But he's a guy. He's a guy with a face.
Isn't it Jeff Winger is the name of the character?
Yeah. But I can't think of the actor's
Joel
name.
Or something?
Joel McHale. There you go. So then you got you got Bruce Banner in Wakanda. There's Hulkbuster. And we got Hillary Rodham Clinton. Black Widow. We got Peter Parker on the bus. So this is different than the leaked trailer that came out. The one, did you ever see the leaked one?
I saw a little bit of it. I feel like.
It opened with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And so Thor hitting the window. And so totally, it's cool that they showed something different. Now,
Thor has the eye patch. In the trailer, which I'm like, hey,
that makes sense. Now, here's the only thing. When I see Thor standing there in the beginning, looking out of those windows, all I'm thinking is he throws balls at windows and they hit him in the face. Like
not in this movie they won't.
I talked about that with Fredo today. We're talking about like he's like, oh man, I loved Ragnarok, and I was like, I loved it too, but I feel like it took Thor down a couple levels in my brain as this warrior guy. That's all.
Yeah.
So, but I'm willing for the tone to shift a little bit in this. I'll work with it for it to go forward a little bit and bring him back to like being the king of Asgard and all that type of stuff. That's what I want. I want him to be in that seat.
Maybe he should wear a helmet.
And he should wear a helmet. If Thanos isn't going to wear a helmet, maybe Thor can wear a helmet in this one. Now on those covers, Thor has his hammer. Did you see the Vanity Fair covers?
But I feel like, but Captain America didn't have a beard. There were a lot of things that were different about it.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I think that was just a photo shoot. I don't think it was directly Infinity War related. I did not like, and also Spider-Man had the Spider-Man Homecoming suit on.
Oh, that's true. Well, he might have it in this.
I don't like the new suit that was in this trailer.
The Iron Spider one.
I didn't like it when they showed it. Well, I mean, in Spider-Man Homecoming, I was like, no,
really?
Don't do it. Yeah. Dude,
but you kind of knew he wasn't going to take that suit.
But he did, though, eventually somehow.
Well, in this movie, because he needs it to fight Thanos.
Sure.
I don't care. It's not like it's going to be
Spider-Man
his permanent.
doesn't need a super suit, dude.
He does if he's going to fight Thanos, dude.
No.
He does. It's like Batman needs to put a super suit on when he fights Superman.
Well, and Thanos needs a helmet if he's going to fight
That's true. All right, so there's that part where somebody is pulling an Infinity Stone out of Vision's head, and that thing looks awesome. It looks like it's not the same stone because then all of a sudden it shows Thanos drop a blue one in there.
Yeah, so that's not connected for sure.
So he punches Iron Man. It's pretty awesome. Black Panther's in this, so we know Black Panther survives his movie, so that's cool. Spoilers. Spoilers for Black Panther.
Did you think he wasn't going to?
You don't know, man. I have no idea. He could die and pass the legacy of the Black Panther on to his sister or something. I don't know, man. There's things that happen in Wakanda that I'm not aware of. But here he goes. So that scene's really awesome where they're all running on the battlefield where it looks like they're in Wakanda and it's got like Hulk and Captain America. And Captain America looks like he's wearing Black Panther gloves. Like they're like clawy looking gloves.
Kind of. Here's my thought on that. When he's wearing those gloves, is he going to have like the hollow shield, like the hologram shield kind of thing? It's like built into the gloves?
Like he's a Nazi?
No, that's not the same thing. That's a pointy shield.
Sorry.
That's green and yellow.
I don't know, man. There's that part in the trailer is like, and get this man a shield. And I'm like,
what kind of shield?
A shield or the shield? And
they don't have the shield.
They can make them because that's where freaking adamantium is made.
That is very true.
Not adamantium, sorry.
Oh, why did I say that's true?
Vibranium. Because wasn't in the comics it's supposed to be a mixture of vibranium and adamantium?
I think in the comics it is. Yes.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's just vibranium
in Marvel, in the MCU. So you got Hulk there. You got Winter Soldier running. So, you got a whole bunch of cool stuff going on. There's this... And then that song, dude. That Avengers score is the one score that Marvel's been consistent with.
Yep.
They brought Thor's back a little bit at the end of Thor Ragnarok when he was on the throne. They brought back the kind of the...
Oh, I didn't even recognize that.
Yeah, they brought it back for a little bit. But this Avengers Thor, like Silvestri did that, and it's really good. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't as great in Ultron, but just hearing it here just made you feel... It's that feeling of like, this is special. There's something special when these characters get together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just, it gives you those chills of like, oh man, this feels like an event is what I'm saying. It feels good. It feels greater than like Civil War. Like Civil War was like, oh, it's like Avengers 2.5.
No, this feels huge.
But this feels like, oh crap. They're bringing out the song. They're bringing out everybody. There's stakes. I really hope there is stakes. I hope that someone dies in the sense of like, this means something. And I don't think Hawkeye's going to die. I think that's just a red herring. They keep using Hawkeye as like, he's not in this trailer, But Ant-Man's not in the trailer. Who else is not in the trailer?
Wasp,
but we know Wasp is in it because Evangeline Lilly tweeted out, "I'm an Avenger."
Yeah, she's stoked for it.
So that's cool.
She's Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yeah. So she's got to be in this because they did that whole Women of Marvel photo shoot. Did you see that?
Yeah,
which was really cool.
I'm guessing Captain Marvel shows up at the end, maybe,
or maybe part 4. I don't know. When does her movie come out? Her movie comes out before 4, right?
Correct.
But it's set in the 90s, is what they said.
Yep.
So who knows?
I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know, but also Jude Law's in it, so who knows?
Sure.
Hey, why not? Put Jude Law in stuff.
Why not? Yep.
Anything else? The ending with Guardians was cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I think I saw something where someone was talking about, teenage Groot is in the movie.
Yeah.
And that he's going to have someone that he kind of like looks up to, like someone new, like that he looks up to as far as like all the characters that are mixing in.
Who do you think it's going to be?
I totally think it's going to be Thor.
Oh, yeah? Why Thor?
Well, I think he's the first one that they kind of come across. And so I wonder if he's going to kind of look up to him and
think
just
he's
this
cool.
kind of heroic, like kind of cool thing.
Didn't somebody say Hulk?
Maybe he's really
Hulk
into
and
like,
Rocket?
Like throwing balls at walls and stuff.
He's like, that would be funny. Hulk and Rocket sounds like it'll be a thing. Is what someone? I think Mark Ruffalo said that.
That'd be awesome.
And it's like, 2 CGI things. We'll just throw them together. There you go.
Yeah, right now.
Make it happen.
There you go.
Anything else you want to say about this trailer?
It's great.
Oh, man.
I don't feel like I need to see any other ones, honestly.
What do you rate this trailer?
So let's go.
It's just a let's go? Dude, that thing's a gotta go. This is a gotta go. Come on, dude.
All right.
Oh, man. It's a gotta go. It even makes me excited to see Doctor Strange.
Whoa.
I don't care about Doctor Strange.
I do.
The movie's okay. It's just an okay movie. Great visual effects.
It was a good
movie. It's like, okay. As a movie for Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange popping up. I think I'm more of a fan of him popping up. Like, that's cool. But I don't know if I want to watch another Doctor Strange movie.
That's fair.
So.
All right, man.
We'll see. Okay. There we go. I give it a gotta go. Matt Ritchie gives it a let's go. He gives it a Sega Dreamcast. So.
Nope.
There we go. All right. So last week we weren't able to get into this because we just covered the entire Justice League movie. Check that out if you haven't listened to it. It is our episode number 35 with our rad friend guest, DeLon Anderson. Yeah. And we went over in depth Justice League, all our thoughts and feelings. And
we recorded we talked as long as the actual movie.
Yeah, it was longer. It was actually longer than the movie. So, just have like a little 4-hour block. Go watch Justice League again. And then, listen to the show. Do you think Justice League will win this weekend, or do you think Coco's going to win it again?
Like, will Justice League come back?
Yeah, because I think Coco was like a holiday weekend. It like on Friday it barely beat it, and then overall I think it had 20 million on it. But
I would love to see Justice League have a little bit of a bump.
Yeah,
again.
There's really nothing else coming out.
My family went and saw Coco on Thanksgiving, and it's really well done. I think it's good.
Yeah.
So,
it has nothing to do with it being good. I'm just wondering like where.
No, but I can see people like going out and supporting that still.
Yeah, there's just been. I read an article today that said there's been a lot of good social media reaction to Justice League, like positive, regardless of like what you think of the movie. There's been a lot of good like word of mouth and like, oh, it was good, we had a good time, and their social media stats have been good and positive. So
yeah, I think out of all of the people I've talked to that aren't like, you would think like comic book fans.
Yeah.
I think I've only had one person say they didn't care for it.
Nice. Well, there you go. So my brother-in-law said he didn't want to see it because he read bad reviews. He's all, right. I just thought it was going to be bad. Everyone said it was bad. He's like, I was going to ask you, but I just figured.
No, go see it.
You're going to go watch it.
Go see it, everybody.
Yeah. So go watch. Yeah, go out there and watch Justice League. Avengers isn't out yet, and Star Wars isn't out yet. So go have a good time.
Give it a few weeks.
Take your kids.
You got a movie pass. Go a few times.
Stay to the very end.
Oh yeah.
Just see that.
So
super awesome part.
But we didn't have time last week for what, Justin?
For Doomsday Clock.
Oh yeah,
Doomsday Clock. So Doomsday Clock is the kind of the. I think we're at that. They said Rebirth was going to be kind of this 3-year overall, like not a 3-year story, but like it's going to take 3 years to really get through the meat of Rebirth and then get into what the DC universe is going to look like. And so this is kind of, we're like a little over a year into Rebirth, right?
This is going to take us a good chunk of the way because it's going to be 12 issues released monthly.
And so it's our return to the world of Watchmen. Whereas we had before Watchmen a couple of years back, this is like, about 8 years after. So like Watchmen was like 86 or something like that. So we're in like 1992 now. And we've got, which is November 22nd, 92, The Death of Superman came out. So there we go. So there's some like deep coincidence.
I think not.
Yeah. And so anyway, so we got like, we're going to spoil this book, by the way. So if you haven't read it,
Yeah. Do you want to give just a rating and then we get into details?
Yeah, my rating for it, it's a let's go. It didn't like blow my mind, but it's also the first issue, which usually should blow your mind. But I think most people are like, this is Gary Frank, this is Jeff Johns, it's Watchmen. My mind's already blown. Like, you know it's going to be good. It wasn't a bad comic. It was actually, I was really like into it. But
like
nothing
pre-blown before you get there.
Yeah. I was pre-blown. So it wasn't like anything surprised me or made me feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. But it's a good build up into what's, it's a good groundwork, and I'm curious. I'm like, well, who's this new Rorschach and what's going on with Veidt? And then
so we're going to spoil it.
Yeah, we are totally gonna spoil this.
It's Justin already started spoiling it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's fine.
I did though.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
let's just go with it.
So
go with that momentum.
Yeah.
So just I'm trying to think. The original Watchmen series, like you're into that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's meaningful.
Yeah, I read it when I was way too young, but thanks, parents.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of it until I was an adult, so I didn't have that issue. How do you feel? Like, does this honor that? Does this feel like it's in the vibe of that? Like, how do you feel it? Not to compare it because it's something different, but it's obviously connected. What do you make of those connections?
Yeah, I feel like it definitely doesn't feel awkward. It doesn't feel like, oh, that's a weird connection. I feel like John's is trying to speak as if he's Miller, I think, sorry, not Miller, Moore. Forgive me, comic nerds.
Yes.
Alan Moore. I feel like there is he's making an effort to at least mimic his writing style, especially with like Rorschach's thoughts and
Rorschach's new diary or whatever. Like, it definitely seems similar.
Yeah, but there's the art. This is the panel layouts. Some of the 9-panel grids. It's not 100% 9-panel everywhere, but overall, there's a lot of 9-panel communications going on here. It feels like it's the world of Watchmen, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's what they needed to do, and that's what they're doing in a great way. And the characters are interesting. Like this, who's this guy? Mime.
Yeah.
Pretty creepy, dude.
Pretty crazy.
And I think I dig it. At first, I was like, is that Bruce Wayne? Just because,
I almost thought he kind of looked like Clark.
Oh, really? A little bit. Kind of looks like Ash. What's his name? The guy.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce, gosh, what's his last name?
Ash and the Evil Dead, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man, the art in this book is beautiful too.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel so far. Just like John's, I feel like is kind of channeling Alan Moore a little bit. It doesn't feel so far away from Dave Gibbons, like that. It's not. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like this jarring, completely separate thing to me.
I mean, Dave Gibbons...
It's definitely different.
Yeah, and Frank, I mean, obviously they're different artists, and they have a different, style, but their style's not like Image superhero Jim Lee versus, someone like Mike Mignola, like two different styles. They're more on the side of like, okay, this is a realistic look,
Yeah.
The color palette I kind of wish they were flats in that Watchmen feel, but but a modern comic audience is probably not going to buy that. So, but overall, like character designs, I think they all look like Ozymandias looks like Ozymandias. I was gonna wonder, like, are they gonna bring in like the Zack Snyder designs, because his Night Owl look looks way better than the Night Owl from the comics. But
you think?
Yeah, I don't like the Night Owl look in the comics. I always thought he looked dumpy, and the one which he's
like
supposed to.
Supposed to, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to, but I still think the look doesn't look cool. I love the Night Owl costume from the movie.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's because it reminded me of like Batman Returns Batman suit.
Really? And then Batman wore it in
that.
Justice League. Hey, he wore the goggles. So
the goggles. Full circle.
There we go. So I think he's sticking with what worked. Yeah. It again, there's not a whole bunch to say about this issue other than it's a good.
It is a lot of setup.
It's a lot of setup.
Like to me,
I'm curious about Rorschach. Like, who is he? It's obviously not the same Rorschach from before.
Walter Kovacs.
So it makes me want to watch the Watchmen movie.
Nice.
So there's that.
Do you have any guesses as to who you think it might be? Because I feel like here's what I've taught. Because
who Rorschach might be?
Yeah, I just feel like anytime you don't see someone's face, most of the time it's because it's someone you're going to know who it is, and there's some sort of payoff.
Well, he's definitely a black guy.
Who he is.
You know, and so
sure.
I don't know who he is. I mean, he could be John Jones. We haven't seen John Jones yet.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I don't know why. That would be weird.
Talk like that though.
Could be Bloodwind.
Because this Rorschach seems a little more like kind of messed up than the other one.
Yeah, he definitely does. I think he's a little more forgiving. Like, oh, okay, he doesn't hold so on to his convictions.
Yeah, like he doesn't have as strong convictions. Yeah. Obviously, if he's working for Vite.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Ozymandias.
He
still has his cat.
Yeah. Weird, gigantic horn cat. So
yeah, I'm surprised he's still around. I don't know why I pictured Ozymandias would just stay missing for a little bit, but the fact that Rorschach's working with him,
yeah,
that's interesting. And we don't know where Night Owl and Silk Spectre ended up at, right?
In the Owl ship. Hallelujah.
But the Owl ship is...
I was kidding. I was making a reference to the movie.
Oh, yeah, to the movie.
Hey. Yeah, I mean, all that stuff, you got 12 issues, man. So
yeah, I think that was the one thing I was like, I think I was expecting it to start tying into the DC universe a little more strongly, a little quicker, like for that connection to be more obvious, I guess. Because I feel like there is a connection, but it's super subtle.
Yeah. Super
subtle. That's what they call Clark back in Smallville.
Super subtle.
Super subtle.
Hey. Yeah, I agree. I was hoping a little more of a classic DC universe like mix in there earlier or something, but yeah, we got at the end. So Clark's having this nightmare. He says he never has nightmares. So I'm like, is this where his parents die, or is I feel like I'm unclear on Rebirth, like where his parents
died.
When they died.
I think they're still holding on to the New 52 origin where they died when he was younger, and so that's why he was kind of this more like brazen, kind of superhero.
But I thought in that Rebirth issue he had a thing where his parents were holding Jonathan Kent. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Perry White and Jimmy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I'll have to look.
So I would trust you if that's the case. But
yeah.
from what I remember, when you go into like the kind of the T-shirt and like hand towel wearing Superman.
That doesn't. I don't think that's
comics. Like
that's not there anymore. That doesn't exist anymore. I don't think.
But I feel like that's the one where like he didn't have either of his parents in adulthood, right?
Yeah, you're right. But
so that's why I'm wondering: is that what this is referencing? I think that's what's unclear. We know we're in 1992 in the Watchmen world, but how does that transfer over to what we're seeing in the DC universe?
Yeah. Those questions will be answered later.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting here's what I'll say. Where I say like it's a subtle like influence and connection between the two. You have the page where they talk about they need to find Dr. Manhattan. And you have that quick little throwback to the end of the original Watchmen series where it's like, I'm leaving this galaxy for one less complicated.
Yeah.
What color is that entire next page in every cell? It's blue. And so I think that's interesting because any of the pages, so that one and then the last page when you see them again, like when they're talking in bed, it's like this blue light coming in from the window. And so I wonder if that's supposed to mean something with like Dr. Manhattan's influence. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like his presence is kind of felt there.
No, that's good.
I didn't understand all the stuff with the flashback of like his parents dying and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But man, that panel was pretty gripping though.
It was intentional to say he doesn't have nightmares. Like, I don't think I've ever had one.
Yeah.
And so is it like a nightmare? Is it a dream situation?
Is it a vision, memories? Like, I mean...
Yeah.
Because it could be the rebirth Superman who's remembering like something from the New 52 version. And
yeah.
Like it was planted there, you know?
Yeah. Gary Frank as Clark really looks like Christopher Reeve. I mean...
Yeah, he really goes for it.
Yeah. I mean, did you remember the Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, was it called Secret Identity or...
Is it Secret Origin? Like
I think it's Superman. Secret. Yeah,
Superman?
that one, it's Reeve all over the place.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I like that it was dedicated to Len Wein, who originally edited Watchmen, so that was cool. That was a nice...
super cool.
Nice little touch there. So I'm excited. I mean, the cover gallery is cool, seeing the next few covers. They're all black and white. You got the Jeff Johns. You got not Jeff Johns. You got the Superman with
Dr.
Manhattan. You got Lex Luthor with Ozymandias' hand on his shoulder. Got Batman reading a journal. You got Rorschach burning something down.
Yep.
And then Joker putting on lipstick, which part of me is like, Joker I don't like him putting makeup on. I like him just being...
Yeah, he is who he is.
Yeah, but whatever. It's not...
But the makeup mirror that he's using, though, isn't that Vite?
Vite. I think so.
There you go.
Looks like a stylized V or an N.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a night owl. I don't know. So yeah. Anyways,
night owl for when he puts on his makeup.
Where's Matt? He puts his black eye makeup on. Like, all good superheroes. So yeah. So Watchmen. I mean, not Watchmen. Doomsday Clock. I'm excited about it. These comics have been really good. These DC comics have been pretty good, man. Like everything they're putting out, it's been too much has been good. I'm excited for things to wrap up, man. So
yeah. So I mean, what do we have wrapping up this month? I think we have Bug
next week. I think
out.
Right.
Oh man,
Bug, and then we got 2 more months of Metal.
Yep.
And right, yeah.
I think 3 more. I think we're halfway through.
Okay.
They took a month off.
Oh, that's true. That's true. They did that.
For Batman Lost.
Ugh. Yeah. And then, sorry, I was thinking of Batman, where the Bat Who Laughs, or Batman Who Laughs.
So we got those, I mean, or at least moving forward and wrapping up. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
And we got, I think it's in a few months. There's the crossover with Teen Titans and Super Sons.
Oh yeah, man, those
cool.
Francis Manapul covers.
Francis Manapul did.
I might jump back in just because of that, dude. Super Sons wasn't a bad book, but I had to cut something, man, and it wasn't
totally.
And my kid wasn't reading it as fast as I wanted him to.
His art is so wonderful.
It is.
Fits that book so well.
It's good stuff, man. That's why I wish DC had that Unlimited app. Which
right.
I jumped on. Did you jump back on Marvel Unlimited for the Punisher promo?
I haven't.
Oh, dude, I don't know if you can get it no more.
They're still advertising it on Instagram.
All right,
I'll try.
Yeah, you gotta get that, dude, because it's been good. I actually started just reading Welcome Back, Frank, which I've read 1,000 times, but it was just when you opened it up, I was like, oh, okay, I'll read that, and there you go.
There you go.
So this Batman Annual #2 came out today, and I wasn't able to get one. Our shop didn't have it, and I hear it's just selling out everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I heard like a whole bunch of people didn't like it got botched or something. So,
like people aren't getting their orders.
Yeah, or no, like they got shortchanged or something. So I read that it's being sold for like over $20 on eBay.
Wow!
Already, and I'm like, what the heck?
Well, I mean,
so
you can. You have a place to get it then, if you can.
If I can.
You can't other places.
Yeah. So I've just been here. It's like one of the best Batman stories in a long time. So cool, I was really disappointed not to get it. So I might just get it digitally because I don't really care. like to have it in my hand as much anymore. I want to read it.
You can't smell. Does your iPad smell good?
No, it does not smell like floppies.
That's what I thought, dude. Don't say it doesn't make a difference.
It does make a difference, but don't
believe that.
Don't use my own things against me, man.
I will.
Yeah.
100%.
I do. I'd rather smell a comic, the ink, the pages, just the whole thing. So, but yeah, I might just get it digitally and read it because all I've read about it was it's really fun and great and like they're like the best Batman story you'll ever read or something. So that's what Mitch Gerard said.
All right.
So, there you go. What'd you get?
So I didn't make it out to the shop this week.
Aww.
So nothing for me this week.
Sorry,
I'll
buddy.
have to catch up. But yeah, I think I don't have anything else, man.
Yeah.
This is our show this week. It's a lot. It's like a fraction of the
last
Justice League episode.
And that's
which
fine.
Probably isn't a bad thing.
And that's totally fine.
So speaking of digitally, Justin.
Yeah.
How do people contact you digitally?
Digitally in the internets. You can get me on Twitter at @J_Rocka. Hit me up and talk to me about things and stuff. And sometimes
I Justin to just watch him stir the pot.
I don't like to fight. I say jokey things. I feel like I'm a pretty well balanced guy, and I don't have to take everything serious. Because it's just comics and movies, and it's fun.
Do you enjoy like poking the bear, though?
Maybe if someone's being ridiculous, I guess. But usually my friends know, you know.
Anyway, that's what you're going to get.
I'm not arguing with Rick Shue on Twitter. FYI, me and Rick are not mad at each other. We are friends, and it's fun to go back and forth. All right, Matt. What about you?
You can find me on Twitter at Matt Ritchie, MatTricchey. You can also hit up the show at Let's Go Comic Show on Twitter and Facebook. You can email us letsgocomicshow@gmail.com.
Yeah. Send us some questions. I want some questions. I want to answer a question.
Give us some more stuff to talk about.
I'll answer some questions. Just math questions.
Math questions. That would be a real quick
questions about essential oils. What combos work the best? What will heal your aches and pains? I'm only saying that because Matt's wife's in the room.
Yeah.
And she knows all about that stuff.
She does.
There's a freaky deaky oil.
Oh, man. Yeah, but you can also support us patreon.com/letsgocast.
Yeah, Let's Go Cast. Do that. Be a Patreon of our show.
Supporter.
Dude, seriously, just throw down $1. Like, if everyone gave $1, me and Matt could quit and get a boat and do our show in the ocean.
That is not true.
It would be amazing.
Get a boat.
It would be amazing. I don't care. You can hear Brittany talking and I don't care. It's a very special all-family episode.
You could pay for us to get like a studio where we can close the doors.
You know what? It would be, we'd have a studio. We'd have no wife interference.
Oh, I did not say that for the record.
Go back to our Wonder Woman episode where Brittany reveals that Matt has a closet full of Wonder Woman costumes.
That is not true. All right, man.
So yeah, do that. Or
quick, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, go do that. Go to iTunes, please, and leave us a 5-star review and positive comments. That would be fantastic. You guys would all be the best, and I would send you a no prize Christmas card. So there you go.
There you go.
All right. My name's Justin.
I'm Matt.
Let's go.
Let's go.